After an impressive year in 2023, moviegoers were eager for another round of hits in 2024. While this year has offered plenty of theatrical and streaming options, it's clear that quantity doesn't equal quality. Alongside some standout films, there have also been notable disappointments, ranging from forgettable to outright unwatchable. These misfires serve as reminders of what happens when storytelling and audience engagement are neglected. The films on this list were chosen carefully, based on internet buzz, critical reviews, and audience feedback, all of which reveal how these 2024 releases failed to resonate with viewers. So, the 10th worst movie of 2024 on our list is Borderlands. Adapted from the popular video game series, Borderlands aimed to capture the franchise's chaotic energy, but failed to make the jump to film. Loosely based on the first game, it follows a group of misfits on the wasteland planet Pandora in search of a secret vault. Unfortunately, the film echoes the worst of early video game adaptations, prioritizing name recognition over a faithful or engaging story. It also dilutes the game's trademark violence to a PG-13 rating, and the humor feels outdated. In the end, Borderlands misses the mark and lacks even the so-bad-it's-good appeal of other disappointing releases. And the 9th worst movie of 2024 is Madame Web. Superhero films in the 2020s have had a mixed reception, with hits like The Batman and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 contrasting with flops like Morbius and The New Mutants. Madame Web adds to the genre's low points, delivering a chaotic and muddled experience that's so bad it's almost entertaining. The film follows paramedic Cassandra Webb, who gains the ability to see the future and must protect 3 young women from a mysterious villain. It exemplifies the pitfalls of modern franchise attempts with stilted performances, confusing editing, and recycled references, ensuring its reputation will likely grow as a notable misfire, much like Morbius. And the 8th worst movie of 2024 on our list is Imaginary. Jeff Wadlow's Imaginary, his latest Blumhouse effort after Truth or Dare and Fantasy Island, falls flat as both a horror film and a psychological thriller. The premise of an abandoned childhood imaginary friend seeking revenge had potential, but the execution relies on cheap scares and predictable storytelling. Critics and audiences were left unimpressed, as reflected by its 1.9 Letterboxd rating and 34 Metacritic score. Wilson Chapman of IndieWire summed it up best. Just like your childhood imaginary friend, you'll probably forget about it pretty quickly. And the 7th worst movie of 2024 so far on our list is Night Swim. Horror films with bizarre comedic concepts aren't new, but some stretch the limits of absurdity to new heights. Night Swim, a January release, exemplifies this with its plot about a deadly force operating in a backyard pool. Embracing its ludicrous premise, the film becomes a so-bad-it's-good spectacle, full of twists and heavy-handed themes. It's surprising that a movie about a killer swimming pool was widely released and distributed by Blumhouse. Despite its ridiculousness, it's worth watching for its chaotic execution. And the 6th worst movie of 2024 on our list is Megamind vs. the Doom Syndicate. Megamind vs. the Doom Syndicate, with its dismal IMDb rating and single-digit Rotten Tomatoes score, is a major letdown as an animated sequel. While the 2010 original charmed audiences with its unique superhero spin, this follow-up, arriving 14 years later, lacks the originality and humour of its predecessor. Now voiced by Keith Ferguson, Megamind faces his old crew, the Doom Syndicate, as they threaten Metro City. The film's poor animation and smaller budget further diminished its appeal, leaving fans disappointed by another lazy franchise reboot. And the 5th worst movie of 2024 is Descendants: The Rise of Red. The Descendants franchise, known for its successful and innovative take on Disney characters, faced a setback with the Disney Plus spin-off, Descendants: The Rise of Red. Despite its record-breaking debut, the film disappointed many fans. Following Red and Chloe, daughters of the Queen of Hearts and Cinderella, on a time-traveling quest to change history, the film lacked the charm and style of the main series, primarily due to the absence of director Kenny Ortega. Additionally, its weak climax and more subdued treatment of themes alienated many die-hard followers of the franchise. And the fourth worst movie of 2024 on our list is Argylle. Matthew Vaughn's Argylle, despite its $200 million budget and star-studded cast, failed to live up to the success of his Kingsman franchise. The film, about a recluse author whose stories mirror a real spy organization, had potential, but was bogged down by a convoluted plot and overlong runtime. With a 35 Metacritic score and 33% on Rotten Tomatoes, critics were harsh. The Guardian's Peter Bradshaw called it thin and flimsy, while Katie Walsh of the LA Times deemed it one of the most expensive worst movies ever made. Though audiences were more forgiving, its box office flop says otherwise. And our third worst movie of 2024 is Saving Bikini Bottom, the Sandy Cheeks movie. The SpongeBob SquarePants franchise has seen quality swings, with recent spin-offs like The Patrick Star Show and Camp Corral failing to impress fans. The most poorly received recent entry is the spin-off movie Saving Bikini Bottom, the Sandy Cheeks movie, which is widely viewed as a significant drop in quality from previous films. The plot involves Sandy and SpongeBob traveling to Texas to rescue Bikini Bottom from a new villain who has stolen it from the ocean floor. The film's humor falls flat, and its attempt to expand Sandy's character with new, irritating sidekicks and a conflicting origin story only detracts from the classic series. Compounding the disappointment, the movie was leaked in full early in the year, leaving fans unimpressed long before its official release. And the second worst movie of 2024 is Lift. Kevin Hart's heist comedy Lift, directed by F. Gary Gray, is another formulaic Netflix action film that prioritizes profit over originality. Hart plays a seasoned thief teaming up with a former Interpol agent, Gugu Mbatha-Raw, to pull off a mid-flight heist. But the movie is filled with cliches and uninspired dialogue. As Variety's Michael Nordine notes, it's a pale imitation of better films. Like other forgettable Netflix originals such as The Outlaws and Red Notice, Lift feels generic, leaving even Hart's fans underwhelmed by his unusually serious, humorless role. And the last worst movie of 2024 on our list is The Mousetrap. In the 2020s, a bizarre horror trend has emerged, featuring public domain characters as killers in low-budget slashers, following the example set by Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey. The Mousetrap, formerly known as Mickey's Mousetrap, is the latest to join this trend, featuring a deranged version of Steamboat Willie's Mickey Mouse. While Blood and Honey was already a low point, The Mousetrap surpasses it with its lackluster execution, offering minimal scares, character development, or pacing. Instead of being a so bad it's good experience, it's a tedious watch. Despite its failure, this subgenre of public domain horror seems far from over, with more films like it on the horizon. So, which movie of 2024 do you consider the worst? Let us know in the comments section. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.